So I mentioned a little while ago, scratch and sniff panels in the National Geographic.
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned the word mercaptans.
You did?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but natural gas, or at least some forms of natural gas, depending where you get it from, is completely odorless and tasteless.
Why did you taste it?
You can't. It's not there. Unless you light it on fire, you don't actually know it's there. Now,
Until you pass out.
This was first noticed. It was noticed, and then a guy named Von Quaglio.
That's awesome.
It's a great name. He decided to fix this in Germany. He added something called an ethyl mercaptan to water gas, or this natural gas, to reproduce the gassy odor that you get in other forms of natural gas. And he's like, there you go. Problem solved.
Look, I've made it smell bad. Congratulations. Was he a left-hander?
I have absolutely made it smell bad. But some people didn't care or didn't pay attention. Anyway, in the 1930s, there was a big oil find in Rusk County, Texas. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of investment in the region. They're like, oil, this is great. This is gonna go awesome. And in 1932, they built a super modern new school. Like, it's a big old school. It cost them $1 million at the time.
In 32.
Yeah, 1932, $1 million.
That's like 2 million today.
Well, I don't know. It's like the whole Hoover Dam or something that. Anyway, once the school had been going for a few years, the school board said, our gas bill is so expensive when there's gas just there. And I don't know if you know this about gas wells. So they tap into the ground and they can get most of the gas into their pipelines going somewhere else or going into their trucks to take it somewhere else. They can't get all of it. And so they often have these residue pipelines where they'll pump it out and then put it in fire. And so what people would do is they'd get a plumber and tap into the residue line.
What could go wrong?
And just get it for free. People did it.
That'd be fine.
It wasn't illegal. And
I'm not talking about the law. What could
the gas company didn't say yes or no. They didn't love it. But anyway.
Yeah.
The plumbing wasn't perfect.
Uh-huh.
And while they managed to bring the gas into the school for the heaters, they didn't seal everything properly.
I'm shocked.
Odorless and undetectable. Mm-hmm. The natural gas slowly flooded into the new London school, building up in the crawl space. On March 18th, 1937, some sort of spark hit the gas. The school exploded.
Cool.
Killed 295 people. The explosion was big enough to hurl slabs of concrete 100 meters down the road.
Damn.
Walter Cronkite was a young reporter at the time. Decades later, he said, I did nothing in my studies nor in my life to prepare me for a story of the magnitude of that new London tragedy, nor has any story since that awful day equaled it. After the tragedy,
I'm sorry, but I'm wrestling with trying to imagine Walter Cronkite young.
I know, right?
That's breaking my brain.
After the tragedy, a range of governments brought in regulations requiring the addition of odorants to natural gas to make sure that there was an odor that you can smell. And so that's what a mercaptan is, and that's what the National Geographic scratch and sniff survey was looking at.
So public service, actually. If you can't smell this, run out of the house now or something.
It's a little worrying. That old people do lose the ability to smell that over time. Mm-hmm. Flipping it around, though, they do start really loving it. Throughout your life, you start loving the smell of gas more and more and more.
Gas, urine, and sweat. That just means you've come to a certain peace with the world where you're like, that used to be terrible, but now I recognise what it is. This is the stink of humanity in progress. It's more like a delicious aroma.